Hi, it's Roni, and welcome to Mixed Media Frenzy. That's where we all take the same sketch or layout and use it as our inspiration to create our own. And it's also Baby Got Scraps because I will be using scraps in my layout along with mixed media. This is the sketch we're using today, and mine's going to kind of stretch to the left a little bit more. Yeah, I just kept going. I stopped right there, but then I turned around and kept going. And I am going to have circles on the right-hand side, only mine's going to be a little bit different. And there is a heart there, but I'm going to have a few more. I didn't have a stencil like it looks like maybe they had. It could, well, it is digital, so no telling, but it could be they had a stencil and put down something that was resist and then put ink or something over the top. But that one's kind of dark, and I wanted light colors, happy colors. I was just in the mood for that. And I was at the Mixed Media Made Easy workshop by Christina Sorge, and I was gifted with it. So I was having loads of fun being challenged to do stuff. And I have used bubble wrap on layout, but it's been a while. And that's why I keep going, because I was having fun with the bubble wrap. But you can tell that I kind of stopped there. And then I'm going to end up just going on some more work on it. Goes on over. I did take some gesso and mix it with some Vicky Bouton watercolors to use as well. I've got a Tim Holtz tiny dot stencil, and I wanted to put some tiny dots on there. And what I have left, I'm going to end up putting on another layout that I had from that day that was more on the diagonal because I didn't want to waste it. I'm going to scrap 3 pictures of my granddaughter, and I thought I was going to use those squares, but they're a little too small, and I did not want to crop these down any farther. I mean, they were small to start with. They were close-ups, and I think she put them like on Instagram. They were square anyway. And the original has circles for their photos, but I was afraid I'd end up cropping too much of her out if I used it because it's going to, be a circle. So I went ahead and used squares instead. As you can see, she is not centered in 2 of them. The third one I could have probably done a circle, but since I was doing squares on the other 2, I just decided to do them all 3 that way. The cardstock that I'm using is American Crafts, and it's textured and it has swirls and flourishes on it. And I always like inking it because it makes them show up so much better. Well, I inked these to make them kind of look like a peach. I left some of the yellow showing, and then the ink I'm using is Smoothie from Close to My Heart, so it's kind of a dark pink, pinkish red, and I think it worked perfect for my peaches. Stampin' Up punch for the leaf, and I'm doing them first in brown and then the really textured cardstock that's green, and I'm going to ink the green. And I'm going to cut those leaves off and just glue them onto the brown so the stem still shows of the brown. But like I said, the original layout has circles, so I wanted to incorporate the circles in my layout. I just didn't want to do them the exact same way as the original. But so the peaches are my circles, and I'm going to add some more, which is going to kind of represent vines. However, my video is going to abruptly end before I do that part. I've had a corrupt clip. Yeah, it says this is corrupt. That'll let you see it. You might decide to go ahead and let it go, corrupt or not. I might have if it was blurry and jumpy or something like that. I might have. And I might have done something to it somehow to cause it. I don't know. This is several weeks old. I had to watch the video really close to see what I had done because it'd been a little while since I'd done it. And, oh, after inking the peaches, I got to thinking maybe I ought to go ahead and ink the yellow part on my photos, the layer of it. And so that's what I'm doing there. And I'm going to put 2 straight down to the layout, and one's going to get foam tape underneath it. Now my peaches, you'll see me cutting off a little bit, kind of dipping in and making it look kind of like a dimple so I can put my little branch in there and it won't be completely rounded there. And I'm going ahead and ink in the part that the edge is showing when I get done clipping it off. But I was busy talking about the layout itself when I did the mixed media, and I used Taxi by Mr. Huey's, the Teal from Heidi Swap, then the Primrose from Heidi Swap, and that's the only colors I used besides that Vicky Booten, and I told you about that one. But the pictures are Hope, and she was at her brother's ball game, and you can see the fencing behind her, and they had peaches. Now, when you live where I'm at, and it's that time of year, you don't buy your peaches at just any store. You get ones that says Campbell's Fresh Peaches, because there's a little town called Campbell not that far away, and they have peach orchards, and they are so good. I mean, you're a mess when you get done because they are really juicy, but they are so good. So she's really enjoying her peach. But I always look forward to them every year. And I'm sure she's going to too. All the grandkids, all of us do. I mean, that's just the thing. When they come out, you get them and then they're gone. And you got to wait till the next year. You will see an Anna Griffin die laying there. I considered doing some peach blossoms along with the peaches, but even though I got the smallest flower that looked like maybe it could be a peach blossom, it was still too big when I actually brought it over here. So it's not going to go on the page after all. I am putting foam tape under some of my peaches because I wanted to add some dimension to the layout. And I considered adding a couple of more peaches, but it seemed like I had plenty circles. So I didn't. I decided to go ahead and start working on my title instead. At first, I planned on using both those fonts from October Afternoon, but I'm only going to use the tile font because I remembered I had another font that was the same color that was a thicker, and it looked like it had mixed media on it. It was like white distressed. I've had them a long time, and this is the first time I've used them, but they were perfect for this page. So my title is She is as Sweet as a Peach. And they are not sticky. Those thicker ones are not sticky. I had to use liquid glue under them really good. And even then, I noticed the P was kind of tilted just now. So I think I'm going to have to add a little bit more to the P. But I am putting my title the same place it's at on the inspiration layout, only I've got more rows than it does. It only has the one row. And my video is getting ready to cut off. Yeah, I didn't have the whole title adhered down, but you can see where it was pretty much done except adding the glue behind it. And what you're not going to see is where I add those vines and the hearts. The hearts, I cut out 2 sets of its lawn fawn hearts, and I've had them a long time. And then I layered them in the 2 colors that I was using. And then the vines, they're actually Stampin' Up dies. I'm pretty sure that's where they came from, called Squiggles, that came out a long time ago. And I just added them in a few places on the layout. I cut them in half. So I only had 2, but I put them in 4 places. And that's it. That's my layout. I do have links down there below for everyone in the Mixed Media Frenzy group and the ones in the Baby Got Scraps. And the Mixed Media Frenzy one does have some new ones. They are Rebecca Lockhart, which you've seen hers already. And then there's Drop the Color Sonia and Rebecca Moore. So plenty of mixed media to look at down there, and plenty of people with scraps too. But yeah, if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. And if you liked the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And oh yeah, there's a Mixed Media Frenzy group on Facebook. And if you'd like to join in on our hop next week, go in there and sign up. But thanks for watching. Have a happy scrappy week. Bye.